It's me again, The Real Teddy Talks, bringing you free, up-to-date, precise, and most importantly, concise information that you'll be sorry you ever lived without. I am still continuing my series on cryptocurrency investing. This is probably my sixth or seventh video, and today we're going to talk about how to choose a coin to invest in. Now, before we do that, I wanted to talk about a few things. The market, as you can see behind me, I have coin market capitalization up, the coinmarketcap.com, and the market's kind of low again. My last video 2 days ago was at 161 billion, and now today's at 143 billion. Now, if you remember, last week there was another dip very similar. It got down to about 140 billion, then back up to 150 billion, up again 162, 63 billion. Now it's back down to 143 billion. What does this mean for cryptocurrency? A lot of times, this is a larger dip than normal, but a lot of times it just means it's the weekend. And on the weekend, a lot of people who haven't been trading start trading and cashing out sometimes. They've made maybe a little bit of a profit and they cash out, or some things start dropping and they get scared, then they cash out. Either way, it's nothing to worry about. Cryptocurrency is a very new market. As you get into it and you see so many people talking about it, it'll make you feel like it's a huge market and it's been around forever. It has been around for a few years, but it's just, we're still on the ground up. Very few people know about it, even fewer people invest in it. So just trust it, ride the waves. I like to buy on these kind of days when everything's in the red. If you'll see, we got a lot of negatives. I like to find a coin I've been wanting to get into, but it might be a little bit out of my price point. This is my opportunity to get in. But enough about that. I want to show you how to pick a coin. First, you'll need to decide what is your price point. How much do you have to spend? Now, I've noticed a lot of YouTubers may have a lot of money. I don't know if they're just pretending they have a lot of money. Either way, I'm talking about the investor that may have 1 Bitcoin to 5 Bitcoins to invest. So we're talking anywhere from $4,000 to $20,000. Not someone that has 100,000 or 200 or 300,000. Those people are kind of out of my league. But I definitely have accumulated some Bitcoin during the last several months, and I have more to invest than I did when I started, but I'm still would never consider myself a whale by any means, or someone that's investing 5 or 10 Bitcoin at any one time. I don't even invest 1 Bitcoin into 1 coin at any time. So that's my level. Some people are above my level, good on you. That's not me. So if you have, let's just say, 1 Bitcoin or less to invest, or maybe you only have $500, maybe you have $100 to invest, that's going to affect which coin you choose. We take a look at some of the pricing of these coins. Remember, the first page is just showing you the top 100 coins by their market cap, this number here in this column. So as I scroll down, if I had $100 to invest, for instance, just say I'm doing $100 a week. That's a wonderful place to start. If I want to make my money go far at first, how much am I going to spend on a coin if I want to accumulate coins? I probably want to spend less than $1 on a coin. I mean, that way I can get at least 100 of them every week, or around that, depending on which coins I choose. So I'm scrolling down and I'm looking, a lot of these coins are at my price point. I don't want to necessarily sort by the price, even though I can, because actually it will only show you, if you sort on this page, it'll only show you the 100 coins on this page. It's not going to show you the full 864 coins. So that might be a good start. I clicked it once, it sorted highest to lowest. I'm going to click it again, and it's going to sort lowest to highest. Now, as I scroll through that, because you're new to this market, you're going to have to do a lot of clicking. You're going to do a lot of clicking on these to say, what is this coin? What does it do? Etc., etc. I'm going to make it easy for you, and I'm going to choose Civic. I like Civic. I got in during the ICO for Civic, and I bought it 10 cents a coin. And as you see now, it's at 51 cents. Which is doing well today, considering this is a red day. Blood was on the street again, and it's doing well, 38% gain. So I click on Civic. Now, what am I looking for? Now, as a new coin holder, you're going to have to do a lot of clicking to see which coin do you even like. What does it do? So the first thing I'm going to say is, what coin is this? What does it do? The name of it's Civic. I see its price point. But what is it? It has a steady flow pretty much over the last, what are we looking at? Oh, we're looking at the lifetime of Civic. So from the time it came out, right after ICO, it was right at the 15-cent point, maybe a little lower, a little higher, and it kept it that way for about 3/4 of a month. And then early August, it shot up. And then it was at the 50s, 60 cents, high 60s, 50s again. And it kind of looks like it had stayed right around there. And a couple of the dips, it might have dropped down into the 30s, but as you see today, it's back up into the 50s again. So because of this actual peak, I'm going to call it and say that this coin is at a high for some reason. And I think it'll correct itself. So if I was going to buy Civic today, I'm actually not going to buy it now because I think it's at a high. This is a 7-day graph, and for some reason it's just shot up. I don't know what that reason is, but I don't really like to buy high. I like to buy low. Because if you buy high and the market corrects itself, then you're already at a loss. But that aside, let's see what Civic's about. If I want to know what Civic's about, I'm going to click on their website. Clicking in there. I already had it up, but I'm going to pull it up again. So what is Civic? It secures and protects identity. So this is some kind of identity protection coin. I'm looking at their website. It's a nice website. That's number one. Look over here at the right. They actually have an app. That's a good thing. Number two, that means they have an app. They maintain an app. So they're not just some run-of-the-mill website that just popped up out of the blue and it'll disappear next week. So they have a video where you can watch. It's probably going to tell you a lot about the coin. And not just the coin, their services. What service do they provide? As we scroll down, it gives you a little bit of information about them. It shows where they've been featured: Bloomberg, Forbes, USA Today. Some cool graphics that kind of show you how they protect you. Right here they have cryptocurrency, e-commerce, financials. Scrolling down, it lets you know that they authenticate your identity, they protect your identity. Scrolling down, they give you the opportunity to click on some tabs here and learn more about what they provide you. Now at the bottom here, we have a little more information. So now that we know kind of what it does, you have to ask yourself, is this filling a hole that's missing in cryptocurrency? Are there any coins like it? Okay. So if I want to do a quick search, and I want to say, this will be a Google search. I'm going to say cryptocurrency and identity protection. Identity protection, identify protection. And I'm scrolling down. I did a search earlier to see the same thing, and Civic popped up at the top here. There is an article on Steemit about Civic, but it still doesn't compare it to anything else. Now, I did another search earlier, and I was looking for privacy. So cryptocurrency privacy coin. So this is a coin that helps protect your privacy. I found this article here on Steemit that ranks the top 5 privacy cryptocurrencies. And because there's 5 of them, that already makes me nervous. So there's 5 coins I have to choose from. So I scroll down, it mentions 5 of them. Now this is just someone who wrote an article on Steemit. I'm not saying this person is an expert by any means or knows what they're talking about. But I'm assuming that they've taken the time to write the article. They've done a modicum of research, a little bit of research. And then the onus is on you and I to do more research. So we have Verge, that's a privacy coin. PIVX is another one. Zcash, Monero, and then Dash. Now, a few things I know about these top 5 is I think at least 3 or 5 of them are out of my investment price range. We're talking anywhere from over $50 to well over $100 per coin. So that would twiddle it down a little bit. But you still have to do more research into the coin, figure out what's the difference, which one's better, which one's not, and see if this person's ranking would match what you would rank it at. But lucky for us, Civic isn't going against anyone. Civic is the only coin that comes up in the realm of identity protection. So that's a plus already. It's filling a niche that they're the only ones involved in. So back to the website. So I know that they're filling a niche that's not previously filled by a coin. I know that they have a very nice website. I know that they maintain their website, and I also know that they have an app. So who is Civic? Who are these people? So I'm going to click on the About. Here I have the founders. I have a guy named Vinny Lingman and Jonathan Smith, CEO and the CTO, I think it's Chief Technical Officer. So I read their little quick bio. It looks like Vinny here created the digital gift card gift, and he sold it. So he probably sold that for a lot of money. So what I would do is I would Google Vinny here and see who he is. And then I'm going to Google Jonathan and see who they are. And if their only credits is Civic, then I might have some questions. But if they have had other projects, just like they say they do, and if Vinny Lingman has a resume, which I think he does, is probably pretty good, then that's another plus. So I have a good coin. It fills a niche not previously filled. They have a website. They have a way to contact them. They have a support button here where I can click it, and if I have a question, I can email them and hopefully get a quick response. They have an app that's maintained. They have links down here that take me places and do things. And then finally, I saw something about partners. So I'm like, who are they working with already? So they have some featured organizations. So this whole list here shows who they work with. These people so far. Now, a lot of these are cryptocurrency type sites or venues, but some of them aren't. And so that's that. So then from here, I'm like, I've done my research. I know that they got a lot going on. They probably have some information that's coming out soon. They do have a frequently asked questions section. So we click in there and see what's going on. Quickly, they're going to tell you what it is. If you want to become a member, what does it cost? And one thing I noticed when I looked up earlier was to actually get an account with them. It was a very cheap entry fee. So you might have some kind of credit protection monitoring already. And I know the one I have is about $6 a month through my bank. They have a basic one here that's just free. You just sign up and you'll get the basic protection. Then they have a standard level that's only less than $3 a month. Less than $3 a month. You can get these features. And soon they're going to have a premium monitoring service. And I'm sure that won't be too much more than the standard monitoring service. So not only do they fill in niches not previously filled in the cryptocurrency arena, they're not charging you an arm and leg for it. So that's a big deal as well. And if those of you have been keeping up with the news, you know that Equifax had a breach just here in the last week. And this is a breach they knew about for months now. They knew about this for months. We just found out within the last couple of weeks. They've known about it for months and just told us. So your own identity protection is a big deal. So I say all that to say, that's probably part of the reason that on a red day like today, where the cryptocurrency market has dropped $20 billion, Civic is still sitting up here at number 38 out of 860 plus coins, and it's at a 40% gain now. So does that something have to do with the Equifax breach and the fact that people are concerned about their identity protection? Potentially. So in a nutshell, that's how you research a coin. You gotta look at your price point. I think that's the first starting point. There are probably a lot of nice coins here. I saw one of the founders of Veritasium on YouTube today speaking about their coin and their business and the service they provide. But it's $100 a coin almost. And if I only have $500 to spend, that gives me less than 5 coins, or right at 5 coins. Is that where I want to invest my money? So that means for me to double my money, it's going to have to go up to $200. Not too many coins are at $200. So would I put my money there if I'm trying to make a profit now? I may believe in the company, but ultimately we're investing because we're trying to make a profit. Guess I want to make a profit, so I likely wouldn't invest in them. Not to say they're not a good company, not a good coin. They're just out of my price range. All right, that does it for me. Thanks for joining me. Please make sure you give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't. Do subscribe if you want to keep hearing these videos, seeing what's popping up, staying involved in the cryptocurrency arena. If you're new to cryptocurrency, learning how to do it, I'm going to give you all of the information that I have to give and prevent you from making the same mistakes I made in the beginning. So do subscribe. If you have any questions, please leave them in my comments in the comment box below. I will read all the comments and answer any questions you have. Thanks for joining me, and until next time, The Real Teddy Talks signing off.